Good evening to my B&P sisters and guests. My name is Deborah Cheatham. I'm a member of the Detroit Club, and I'm serving as Mistress of Ceremonies for tonight's program, the 2021 Mary E. Singletary Vocal Arts Competition for Emerging Artists. At this time, it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce the governor of the North Central District, Madam Christine D. McLemore. She will bring the welcome and recognition of our national, district, and local leaders. Madam Governor.
Good evening, and thank you for attending the Mary E. Singletary Virtual Vocal Arts Competition for Emerging Artists. We are proud of our competition, which offers young African-American singers the opportunity to receive the support not only locally, but on a national level. We congratulate the support of the two different sets of clubs, the Toledo and Maumee Bay Coalition, and the Detroit Club, Ann Arbor Club, and New Metropolitan Detroit Club, who provided our two contestants this evening. Tonight promises to be a wonderful evening of classical exposure and enrichment of voices showcasing talent from the African-American community. So sit back and enjoy.
Thank you. Next, we will have a musical selection, the Negro National Anthem.
Ring with the harmony.
Just beautiful, just beautiful. Now we will have the history and the purpose of the competition, which will be given by my president, Barbara Patton, president of the Detroit Club. President Patton.
Thank you, Deborah. The National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women's Clubs Incorporated proudly presents this North Central District competition as a preliminary step for our contestants to reach the national level. We take time this evening to reflect on this competition's beginning. In the year 1982, when Leontine Price lent her name and support to our vocal arts program, we honor her today for her foresight and support that has continued for 39 years. In recent years, we have undergone some name changes. Currently, our competition is entitled the Mary E. Singletary Competition for Emerging Artists. In the early years and stages of this competition, Mary E. Singletary was assisted by Mary Murray and Frankie Gillette to provide the leadership which led to a national competition. These women had a vision to provide a vocal performance competition that would support and give exposure to young African-American singers. Today, we proudly salute the hard work of our early champions who established the blueprint for us to continue this competition in 2021. Tonight's first place winner will advance to the national level competition that will be held July 22nd. The national winners will receive monetary awards in addition to other showcase opportunities. Each contestant this evening has memorized a repertoire which includes an aria, oratorio cantata, German lied, French melodie, and a selection by an African-American composer or Negro spiritual. However, for our purposes this evening, only 3 of the 5 selections will be performed. The National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women's Club Incorporated is proud to present this program to you, our audience this evening. This competition matches our goal to uplift young African-American singers and to provide other programs which improve the quality of life locally and nationally. Please enjoy the performance.
Thank you, President Patton. Next, we will have Patty Poston, president of the Maumee Bay Club. She will be introducing the adjudicators for tonight's program.
Good evening, my BNP sisters and our guest. I have the pleasure of introducing the 3 adjudicators for the North Central District 2021 Vocal Arts Competition. First, we have Maria Foster. Maria discovered the beauty and appreciation of music at an early age and pursued her interest in high school and college. She is a graduate of Southern University and A&M College of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. At Baton Rouge, she earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in vocal music education and theater arts. During her college years, she attended the Music Summer Program at Juilliard and the Oberlin Conservatory Opera Theater workshops. She received her master's degree as a reading specialist from Oakland University in Rochester, Michigan. She is retired from the school district in Pontiac, Michigan, where she taught vocal music and choir, drama reading, and reading as a second language. She has continued her commitment to promote classical music endeavors as a member of the local and national vocal arts competition committees of NAN BPWC Incorporated, and has served as chair and vice chair at different periods. Additionally, she continues to mentor and tutor young people at her church who display interest in the field of vocal music. Help me welcome Maria Foster. Next, we have Christopher Jackson, a tenor. He is a versatile singer with experience ranging from the music of the Baroque period to gospel. His voice has been described as a warm, lyric voice with a high extension. Alongside classical music, he thoroughly enjoys his life as a voice teacher, professional chamber ensemble singer, and recitalist. He has many stage credits to his name, including Runasio of Gianni Sitsky and Henrik Egerman in A Little Night Music. He has collaborated with members of the Chicago Sinfonietta de Page, Metropolis Chamber Orchestra, Elgin Symphony Orchestra, Elgin Youth Symphony Orchestra, the Toledo Symphony, and the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestras. Help me welcome Christopher Jackson. Our final adjudicator for this evening is Daryl Taylor. Daryl received her Bachelor and Master's of Music degree in vocal music from the University of Michigan and an educational specialist degree from Wayne State University. She has taught vocal music at local high schools, including Southfield High and Southfield, Lathrop, and others. On a college level, she was a music instructor at Talladega College. She has performed as a soloist with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, the Warren Symphony, Brazil Denard Chorale, Detroit Choir, and the United Voices of Detroit. Daryl has toured internationally and was a member of the Detroit Concert Choir when the group won the International Choir of the Year Award. She has sung at the Vatican for the Pope and in Wales with Prince Charles in attendance. She continues to perform locally and is actively involved in music organizations and choirs. Again, help me welcome Daryl Taylor. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome to all of the adjudicators. Next, we will have the introduction of the contestants by Ruby D. Washington, who is a National Vocal Arts Chair, and she's also a member of the New Metropolitan Detroit Club. Ruby Washington.
Good evening to everyone. It is my pleasure to present to you two outstanding vocalists this evening. They both have been planning for the last several months to memorize the repertoire that was discussed earlier, all 5 songs. And as our mistress of ceremony mentioned, but for this evening, they will perform only 3. I will give you the names of both contestants, and that is Kailyn Wilson and Imani McHunu. I will first introduce Kailyn Wilson. Kailyn Wilson is a junior at the University of Toledo, studying classical vocal music under Dr. Emily Otterman. She has had the honor of participating in many productions, the most notable being in the world premiere of the opera I Dream with the Toledo Opera. Additionally, she has appeared in Queen of the Night in the Toledo School for the Arts production, The Magic Flute. She also had an operatic appearance as Kamala in Hairspray with the Toledo Repertoire Theater. Other opportunities include her appearances in The Fairy Queen, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, The Music Man, and many other plays, musicals, and operas. Kailyn is expected to graduate with her degree in music performance in 2022. Her coach describes her as a natural performer with a unique vocal talent. She has a wide range and excellent flexibility. particularly in the top range of her voice. Kailyn Wilson appeared in the local competition with the Toledo and Maumee Bay clubs, and she is here this evening to represent them. As we begin, we ask that you please turn up your sound system so that you can hear more clearly both of our contestants. Kayla's accompanist for her performance is Justin Mary. Her first selection is Madeline by Gabrielle Fauré. I present to you Kayla Wilson and her first selection. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. If you can hear me, please nod. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, I want to say we want to thank Kailyn Wilson for her hard work and those 3 beautiful selections. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Imani McHunu. Imani is described by the Ann Arbor Observer as a pure and focused soprano voice. She has enjoyed performing opera, operetta, musical theater, and concert works in Europe and North America. Since her debut with the University of Michigan Opera Theater at the age of 19, she has appeared in notable performances such as Emmy, Don Giovanni, The Old Maid and the Thief, and Patience. While living in Germany, soprano Imani McHunu made her concert debut at Les Shell Music Hall. She was the runner-up in the 2020 University of Michigan Friends of Opera competition and earned the distinction as a winner of the 2021 NATS competition. Ms. McHunu is currently a master's student at the University of Michigan, studying with Dr. Louise Toppin. This evening, Imani is representing the Detroit Club, the Ann Arbor Club, and the New Metropolitan Detroit Club. As we begin her performance, we want to remind you once again, make sure to turn your sound system up so that you can hear more clearly. We also want to acknowledge her accompanist, Joshua Marzan. Imani's first selection is Les Filles de Cadiz. I present to you Imani with her first selection.
Nous venions devant le tableau, 3 garçons, 3 filles. Sur la pelouse, il faisait beau, et nous dansions avant l'eau, au son des castanets.
Ruby, can you please unmute yourself? Thank you.
Can you hear me now? Okay. I wanted to say thanks to our two classical vocalists and all the hard work they did to get to this level. I apologize for the mute and unmute on the video this afternoon, but we did hear the selections by these two talented women, and we look forward to hearing more as the program moves on. Thank you very much. On to our mistress of ceremony.
Thank you, Ruby. Thank you. A little technical difficulty, but I'm back on board. At this time, we'll have a short musical interlude by Dr. Violin. That was just awesome, awesome. To be young, gifted, and talented. Thank you, Dr. Violin. At this time, we will have Ruby D. Washington come on board, and she will announce the winners, and she will give an appreciation for the adjudicators. Ruby
Good
Washington.
evening again, and I hope everyone can hear me. This is Tess. Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank our three adjudicators, Maria Foster, Daryl Taylor, and our head judge, Christopher Jackson. This competition has been in existence for 38 years. We've never had a virtual production, wherein our adjudicators had to meet by email and also listen to recordings to complete their scoring sheets and come up with a winner. I want you to know that all three of them personally shared with me that it was a difficult choice. And she complimented, and the gentleman complimented, all of the singers you have seen this evening. They even wrote on their comment page different suggestions that will help our contestants as they move on to other endeavors. And so with that being said, I'd like to announce our winners of the evening. And I always use that word, our winners, because whether you are first or second place, you are still a winner. So we want to give kudos to our second place winner, who is Kailyn Wilson from the Toledo Maumee Bay and the Toledo Maumee Bay and Toledo Club. So could we give a round of applause for Kailyn Wilson, our second place winner? Our first place winner is Imani McHunu, who will now be moving on to the national competition. Our national competition will be held on July 22nd. This gives me the opportunity to tell you the three levels of this competition. First, there is the local level, which both of our contestants participated in. Then there's the district level, which you are witnessing this evening. And at the district level, we choose our national contestant. And again, that is Imani McHunu, and she will be moving on to the national competition July 22nd. I want to thank very much our committee. I think Deborah Cheatham later on will be giving you their names, but I have a special shout out to Gail Kwan, who served as the co-chair. The task that I had, particularly in the world of virtual productions, could not have been done without a co-chair, something we have not had in previous years. So special kudos to Gail Kwan. And so now I will return it back over to our mistress of ceremony.
Thank you, Ruby. And congratulations again to both the winners. They're all special in their talent. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge some special acknowledgements, actually, to the District Vocal Arts Committee members. And they are the Ann Arbor Club, Yvonne Fields, Gail Kwan, and Elinda Burks. From the Maumee Bay Club, Patty Poston and Brenda Holsey. From the New Metropolitan Detroit Club, Jimmy Jones, Ruby Washington, and Noni Harris. And the Detroit Club, Barbara Patton, Kate Davis, and myself, Deborah Cheatham. Also the Toledo Club, and that member is the Vice Governor of the NCD, Denise Poon Black. Thank you all. I would also like to thank the District Vocal Arts co-chairs, which are, as Ruby mentioned, Ruby Washington, as well as Gail Kwan. Thank you to Dr. Violin for that beautiful solo. Just touched my heart. We've come to the close of our competition for tonight, but before I close, I would like to let you know that you can visit the North Central District Vendor Marketplace, which opens tomorrow, Saturday at 12:30, and they are graciously awaiting to serve you. With that all being said, we'll see you back tomorrow. This is a 2-day conference. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I bid you all a farewell and good evening. And thank you to all of our guests that were here tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We want to thank you again for joining tonight's event. We just want to remind you that tomorrow we kick off with our pre-session speaker, Tony Epperson, who will be talking about Undrape the Cape, a call to attention that our mental health matters. Please make sure registrants to join us at 9 a.m. for that dynamic session. We also would like to remind you that we have a little bit of business to handle, so please do make sure to look at your conference program as well as your conference reports for those wonderful tidbits. Again, we look forward to having you join us, those of you who are registered for tomorrow's event. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.